What he's got to do is take one of these. Ancient Chinese secret. This is going to be the worst episode we've ever done.
This is going to be the best episode of our lives. This is my goddamn Michael Jordan game. This is my flu game.
Yeah, I think this is your last dance, buddy.
Yeah. No, we got a three-peat twice. We just need a coach, and we got to put a full team together in Chicago, and I think we really got this going. Dude, okay, so, yeah, I think the Rocketeers got to see me heading into the storm last episode, and now I have been ravaged, and I'm heading out of it. And boy, howdy.
Yeah.
Am I lucky to be a healthy fella.
Yeah, you seem it.
Yeah.
You're saying if you weren't a healthy fella, you'd be dead already. Is that
I think I'd be dead. Yeah, if I wasn't in decent shape.
Are we gonna play the backtrack game? Try to figure out where you got it.
Oh, we all know where I got this. Like day 2, I think Roachman or somebody just texted me like, "Oh yeah, man, it was the explosive bag of hot shit."
Oh. Oh my gosh.
I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, what?
Did that make air? Did you end up not cutting that?
No, I left all that in. Yeah, I must have, because literally a couple of Rocketeers immediately were like, yeah, that'll do it. Like, if my immune system was on the ropes, that pushed it over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome that everyone got to hear the origin story in real time.
Yeah, good Lord, dude. I went to, okay, so, I had the Williamston Theater show Tuesday. I woke up Tuesday feeling like death, and I was like, man, I might have to text Nick Earl and just have him do a clutch like host, just pay him all the money, and figure it out from there. And I didn't. I spent the entire day like getting ready to drive there, do the show, and then go home. And like that actually was my Jordan flu game, because I showed up, did a competent like 15 minutes, hosted the show.
Yeah.
Even went to the bar after and like hung out for a minute to like keep that going. And then immediately on the drive home, I was like, all right, I'm going to finish an audiobook. And like when I pulled into the driveway, I don't know if you've ever been like fighting off a sickness that you feel is like in your body. And then when you finally get to a spot where you're like, okay, I can be sick now. Immediately when I got home, I just felt awful.
It's like when you have to shit. And the second your ass isn't even on the toilet, and the shit starts coming out, and you're like, oh, if I had been 1 second later, I would have been screwed. But it's almost like your body just went, okay, now it's time to go.
Yeah.
So it's like once you were out of survival mode, if I got to get home, you were home, and you're just like, oh, now I have permission to be sick.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like I didn't give you permission to die yet. It's like, all right, you have permission to die now.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it is crazy how much that is an accurate but true statement. Speaking of shitting, I will say, because you've correctly called me out before on my regularity, because this was like violent fevers, so I was not eating like at all. I think this might be the first time in my adult life. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday, where I was like, man, I didn't poop all day.
Wow.
And I was just like, that's crazy. To think that some people do that multiple days in a row healthy. I'm like, that's insanity to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's some people do it like go 3 whole days without pooping.
Where's it all at?
I don't know.
Because you keep eating that.
This isn't me. I'm not speaking
okay,
for myself.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I came in hot like it's you. Because I'm just those people though. I'm like, your colon has to be like just an interstate that has a traffic jam where people keep flying into it doing 90.
No, dude, I have to poop in the morning, and then usually poop at night too. And then sometimes it's a little late, like I can't get it out in the morning, and so I just have a gassy first half of the day until lunch break.
That's that's the worst.
It is the
when
worst.
You got that storm chaser
Everyone's
feeling
like,
in your body.
Maki, why are you teaching from the desk today? I'm like, if I walk around, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Well, yeah, it's like because I can't trust what's going on down there.
No, and those kids will never listen to me again. Oh man, if I shit my pants in front of those kids, I'd have to change schools. I don't know what I do.
Nah, I'd just own it, dude.
Yeah,
just be like, it happens.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Look at your future. Death comes for us all.
Yeah. Oh, you think you're safe? You think you're gonna be
safe.
cool and 26 and living the life? This is you. You're gonna be shitting in front of 17-year-olds.
Yeah,
and it won't even be the worst thing to happen that day.
And you won't even be the hottest teacher anymore.
You're gonna be the third hottest teacher.
Yeah,
and that shit might drop you 2 or 3 points. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you crap your pants in front of the kids.
Suddenly, the fit bald guy goes ahead of me. I'm like, damn it.
Damn it, dude.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Incontinence screwed me on that ranking.
Dude, I hope some sort of like hair transplant that isn't like ridiculous becomes available in the next couple of years here, because I don't want to be a fit bald guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, you just look like a porn star at that point, right?
I don't think I would. Some dudes,
would you
Johnny Sins, maybe.
Well, would you commit to the bald? Would you do the Bruce Willis, just like shave it all off, or would you let it?
I don't know.
And stuff.
Weirdly enough, I think I would do the Jean-Luc Picard, the Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
I think that's a good look.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm like, maybe it's because it's Patrick Stewart has an insane amount of charisma.
Did you know that was a controversial choice at the time when Next Gen started? Because the network didn't want Patrick Stewart to be bald. They were like, the lead of your television show can't be a bald guy, and so they were trying to get him to wear a hairpiece. And then Gene Roddenberry, because Gene Roddenberry's whole thing is Star Trek is about the perfect future. So he was like, no, in the future, nobody would care if you're bald. You wouldn't wear a hairpiece. You'd be bald, and people would treat you as an equal. I believe in a future where bald men can be treated the same as regular men. That's
crazy that Next Gen's black woman was a bald guy.
Yeah. Everyone, dude, at the time, everyone saw that and was like, woke culture taking over.
Yeah, dude. Because the original series, they're like, you're going to have a black woman? I don't know.
Imagine that today, like, if bald
like
representation.
This is like podcasting with Doc Holliday on his deathbed, dude.
No, dude, you're in your prime.
Come over here now, John. Go ahead and give me my 6-shooter. I'm going to lie here in the bed, and when they come through the door, I'm going to blast them with both.
Instead of laughing, just go, isn't that funny? As you look down at your feet.
Isn't that funny? Is that Val Kilmer?
Yeah, that's Val
Okay,
Kilmer.
Yeah, so I could do that.
Nominated.
Whoa. I was going to say, so I can't say the line, I could be your Huckleberry.
Yeah. That'll be the name of this episode. It'll be Huckleberries.
Huckleberry, baby. Tuberculosis Lou, more like it. Good God. The cough started at the end, which sucks.
I wanted to say something about what were we talking about? The
Star Trek, bald people.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, and then bald guys were like the black lady at the time. Yeah.
Hey, still are.
Sure. Well, I don't know. Nobody.
Hey,
imagine if
we had a bald president.
They're making the Little Mermaid bald. Imagine that.
Patrick Stewart would be a pretty dope Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ursula.
Look at my fish vagina. How does anybody know if they're wet down here?
The worst part of this life is the fish pussy. The fish pussy with regular tits.
Oh God.
The best of both worlds, they say.
Hey, if you guys can't handle us at our riffing worst, you don't deserve us at our riffing best. God damn it.
Yeah. I'm not even sick, dude. I'm just bad at riffing.
Nah, dude, you're fucking sick, dog. Oh, hell yeah.
There we go.
Hang on. Let me bust out this old guy again.
Do a little prop comedy. Oh,
Do
there
a
we
little
go.
prop comedy. Let me get
Your
my
thinking
thinking cigarette out again.
Yeah, nice. This is my thinking nose clamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, even though you're Asian, that makes it look like you're doing a thing.
Like I'm doing what thing?
Somehow becoming more Asian. Like you're making fun of a different Asian.
Well, I think it's because it's pulling my face in, right? It's pulling
Yeah,
the
sure.
corners of my eyes in.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let
my face.
I'm going to let you describe what Asian you think you look like.
Yeah, that's no. I think it is. It's making me look more like regular East Asian and not Southeast Asian. I think it's making me look a little more Japanese. If I had to.
Yeah, maybe some Han Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me sound Japanese though. Those Japs, they got a low voice. They're down.
Oh yeah. They're guttural folk.
Oh, they are. They're down here.
Yo, get it, ma.
Oh, no coughs there, Lou.
Yeah, no, it's because when I'm fully focused.
What if that was the cure? The only way to not cough is if you do Asian voice.
All right, yeah, hang on. For the rest of the podcast, I will be okay.
Hasn't happened yet.
It is the power.
No, what'll happen is you'll cough, but you'll just cough in Asian.
It'll be.
Hoi, 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 hoi.
Can you do a Hello Kitty sneeze?
No, how does Hello Kitty sneeze?
I don't know. It's like the Japanese schoolgirl sneeze,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, like hi.
No, it's more like hi. No, what the hell are you
okay.
doing?
I don't know.
Man, we're really leaning into the ancient Chinese secret on this
I've
one.
never heard a Japanese schoolgirl sneeze in my life.
Okay, all right. Gun to your head. I'm not sure about that
Put
one.
me on a polygraph, dude. I'll pass.
Yeah. I'm sure. Let's go ahead and just act like you don't have a Hello Kitty backpack somewhere in your room.
All right, that was too far. Dude, I gotta show you a picture one of my students drew of me. It was for his art class.
Yikes, dude. All right.
He had to make a painting, so he took a picture of me because they had to do a portrait, and they had to use warm colors, so he just made me fully yellow. And he showed me the rough draft, and I was like, as a joke, I was like, "Oh, you might as well just give me a rice hat." And then he added a rice hat. And so,
fuck yeah, dude.
yeah.
Does this kid have autism or the best sense of humor ever?
Neither.
He's
I think he's just a earnestly dumb kid, and and there's something more beautiful about that too. I think when somebody's so dumb you can't tell if they're being ironic. I think that's
because it wraps around to being endearingly sincere.
Exactly.
Where it's like, oh yeah, I could put a rice hat on you.
Yeah,
no problem.
Well, that's the guy that all ironic people are seeking to replicate. At some point, we're all cursed with knowledge and intelligence that doesn't allow us to be that man. So we try to go the ironic route and circle
yeah,
back.
but you're talking about a genuinely good stupid person.
Yeah,
those are hard to come by.
They are.
I love a genuinely good stupid person.
Dude, if you find a genuinely good stupid person, you hold on to him tight. You keep him by.
Yeah, it's rough, but like, I almost wish you could pick people like that up at a dog pound as well. You're like, yeah, let me get a couple of mutts and a genuinely kind, stupid person. You're coming home with us, buddy. No fooling? Like, yep.
No fooling.
No fooling.
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz. Did we
Hot
just riff?
dog.
Did CRF just riff into its first baby slave trade joke? Potentially.
Who knows? You decide.
Ancient The cancellations of history.
Right, cancellations of history.
Oh God.
Johnny Buckley. Bitches!
Rui Mako.
There we go. Yeah, we got it.
There it
Do you know they're
is,
still doing those?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was one the other day. I was scrolling and Epic Rap Battles popped up, and I assumed it was like an old video getting recommended to me, and then I saw it was posted an hour ago before
That's
I saw it.
crazy.
That's dude, they're going at it.
Speaking of dudes I didn't know was bald, that one guy in those rap battles, the one who like played Hitler and whatnot.
Oh, he's a bald guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why they're always putting different wigs on him. It's crazy. I didn't know that forever. I felt betrayed.
They got a bald guy. They thought he's our canvas. We can make this man into any character.
We could stick anything on there.
He doesn't have his skin yet. He's a video game template that we're going to add. He can be Hitler, etc.
Who do you think society's meaner to? And unfortunately, some of these can be both. But fat people or bald people?
I think we're openly meaner to bald people because it's easier. But I think in general, I think implicitly on the inside, people are meaner to fat people. Like, I think generally we're more disgusted. People are more disgusted by fat people. But on the outside, it's more socially acceptable to make fun of bald people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I was just thinking, I was like, man, like, in my brain, they're almost always both.
Well, that's because you get fat enough, your hair starts like falling out. You can't like really grow.
That's
you ever seen you ever seen a really fat guy with a nice thick head of hair?
Well, no, I was just about to bring that up. It's almost like a unicorn. Like you see a fat dude with a good, like, real good mop top on there.
Mane. Yeah,
it almost feels like one of those rare cartoon rhinos that has like hair on top.
Well, I simply don't believe it. You know, like the obvious target is people go after Trump, but obviously that's fake, right?
No, I was about to say John Goodman. He's always had a pretty good head of hair on him, and he's gone from like tight fat to sloppy fat. He's been every kind of fat.
He looks good now. He's thin now.
Is he thinned out?
Yeah, but he looks. I mean, the problem with him now is that he's old, and then he also has all the loose skin from the weight.
Yeah, that skin's
lost.
not. Yeah, he's
not
been fat for too long. Man. That skin's not coming back. Yeah, yeah. My man's got a squirrel suit on him now.
What he's got to do is take one of these, pull the skin back, and then just clip it down. John, we got you covered, bud.
Worth it. worth the cough. Ooh, great visual bit. Everybody go ahead and...
Who would have known I would have had one of those ready to go?
Yes.
I'm a prop comic, everybody.
I was going to say, speaking of fat moves, you got a chip clip ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, Roach, pull over the car, click back 15 seconds, look at the video version of this, so you know what I just did.
Pretty good bit.
Pretty good bit. And I'm done. I'm tapping out. Lou, you got the rest of this.
Not a problem, everybody. I think just going to fill everybody in on the first 3 seasons of Turn.
Lou's back out. So I'll fill everybody in on the first 2.5 seasons of Hacks.
Yeah.
Starring Adam Ray. And
Adam Ray's in Hacks?
He's in one episode of Hacks. He plays like a douchey club MC.
Okay. Yep.
And he's a bit of like a. I think they went too far. Like they made him wear like a leather hoodie, like a hooded leather jacket, and all he does is act like a pervert. Like he's like on stage going like, "Yo, this next comic's got a good set, and her jokes are pretty good too," and like that's how he's always acting. And I don't know. I feel like pervert comics aren't always. They're not usually that blatant. Like the pervert comic LARPs as a feminist most of the time. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We're in.
Maybe I'm projecting.
Maybe no, because you and you and I think our come up scene definitely.
Yeah.
You get the false white knight dudes that are like, hey,
Right.
I'll protect you and then I'll get you.
Right.
Like,
It's the guys who will make the posts in the group on a woman's behalf and be like, this guy is not cool.
Yeah.
Get rid of this guy.
Where
Hey,
no,
guys, book more ladies on your lineups, okay?
yeah, do better guys. I call them
the do better.
I call
guys.
them do better guys. Do better guys. Yeah, they never get any pussy. They got to do better.
Yeah.
Hey guys, come
doing
on.
better. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
I book more women on my shows because that's more people who might have sex with me on my show.
I have noticed. I don't know, man. You know how like the trope was, even maybe like last year, that the pendulum swinging back and like cancel culture is not as big a thing, and or like borderline isn't a thing anymore because too many people have become stratospherically popular,
right?
Like after being canceled. And then I think immediately with Trump taking office, like the pendulum done swung, and
yeah, dude, comedy's back.
yeah, it's like comedy's legal again.
Comedy's back.
Yeah, but I just I don't know. Now I feel like it's starting to swing back again. So I'm like, yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully, we'll find that middle ground.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere in Poland as we're strangling a Russian youth together.
That'd be a fun pod.
Strangling Russian youth.
Yeah. That should have been the name of this podcast.
Russian Youth Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, that might have to be the name one day. We'll see. We'll see who wins. We'll see how the chips fall.
Isn't that right, comrades? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was going to, because you asked me, I lost all concept of time and space, just fever dreaming, sweating around down here for like a week. My car battery died. That's how long I've been just down sick.
Wow.
But like, have you ever just been up late enough that the YouTube algorithm is just like, what the fuck are you still doing up? So it starts sending you all the crazy conspiracy videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I've hit that point, Lou.
Okay, yeah. No, I got a video even last night that made me like chuckle as I immediately tapped on it. It was like Chinese actual population below 400 million, and I was like, well, I gotta watch this hour-long speculative take.
Was it just that he saw multiple Chinese guys and thought they were the same guy?
They're all the same guy.
It's just one guy in China.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It was your classic like good schlocky conspiracy thing about COVID killed a bunch and how the CCP lies about everything, including population numbers. And then what I love though is like, mark your calendar. China falls in 47 days. I'm like, bro, that's midsummer, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
I'd add a couple days on that if I want my video to pick up traction.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you're not even thinking about rewatches here, dog.
Don't date yourself. It's like in Ghostbusters 2 when that guy writes that book about the end of the world, and he's just like,
this year,
your paperback won't be out till next year.
Yeah, he's like, buddy, you're not even thinking about merchandising.
Yeah. I remember watching a video when I was like, maybe 9 years old. I was living in Texas at the time. And I was still like very religious, and I came across a video where this guy claimed he was going to prove that God doesn't exist, and I was like, oh, all right, let's see what this joker has to say. I sat back. I'm like, all right, yep, try me, buddy.
9 years old, kicking your feet back.
Yeah. And this guy goes like, he's like, it's like him in his backyard, and he's close to the camera, and he's like, today I'm going to prove that God doesn't exist by offering him one challenge: kill me. And then he's like, I'm going to do all these like dangerous things today where God will have every opportunity to kill me. And you see him like mowing his lawn, And then at one point, he like, we just watch him mow his lawn. Then we see him in his pool, and he's like, "Plenty of chances to drown me now, God. Come on, you pussy." And at that point, I was like, he's making some good points. I was like, I was 9 years old, just like, come on, God, kill him.
I don't know if that's
shit talk you like this.
A video of God not existing so much as that man being borderline suicidal.
I don't even think that. I think he just, I think that was just pre-vlogging. He was just kind of showing us he was just going about his day. Like he is cooking and mowing the lawn and goes for a swim. And I think it's just before it was acceptable to just record yourself doing those things. You had to have the guise of I'm proving God doesn't exist, to make the video.
How crazy would that video be? Where he goes to turn off the camera, and then he slips, knocking the camera over, and falls on his head, dying face first in front of the camera. You're like, holy shit, God's real.
And his roommate walks in like, oh, I'll upload whatever this video is.
I'll have to upload this snuff. That's so crazy. The logic to think if God kills you, nobody's gonna upload that video.
Right. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like the idea that he's pissing off God though. That God's watching.
Dude, God was probably watching the whole time. I'd fucking kill you if I knew somebody was gonna upload this video.
Yeah. Oh, you checkmated me, buddy. Maybe the guy died literally right after he uploaded it. That's the only way.
It's just a skeleton on an old Macintosh somewhere.
God gives him a final destination death.
Yeah, you saw that new movie, right?
Yeah, dude. It's great.
Pretty good?
It's very good. It's maybe the best one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's the first one they
Is The Rock in this one?
No.
Okay. Just figured that series has been around long enough. He might as well get in on it.
Yeah. He's not in it, which is good. I don't know. Yeah, it is at that point where usually they toss in The Rock around now, but they'll do. There were jokes in the movie where they were kind of making fun of how Final Destination goes. There's this part where there's always in these movies there's the girl who nobody believes her, and she's telling people no, death is coming for us. And there's a part they're walking down the street, and she's this could be dangerous, and he's like, how? And she's like, well, that could fall from that tree, and then the leaf blower could blow those leaves, and then it could go in that kid's face, and then he could kick the ball, and it could hit you. And it's a joke about how ludicrous that is,
Yeah,
and,
I do. The Final Destination movies do have Rube Goldbergian death scenarios.
Yeah. No, it's got to be the most fun writer's room you could ever sit in, because they're just tossing around how are we going to kill these people? They probably have all these ideas and then they piece it together with a story after the fact.
Do you have any top deaths? Not from this one. You don't have to spoil this one.
The whole franchise.
But yeah, because how many are there now?
There's 5 movies, 6 including the newest one.
Okay.
I mean, so the whole highway scene in 2 is legendary. That premonition is one of the best scenes in movie history. If I was picking an individual death,
I was gonna say
I really like the PJ Byrne one from Final Destination 5 when he's getting the acupuncture. And then he falls, and it's there's so much misdirect, because that's the thing. These movies are basically comedies in terms of how they misdirect you. There's a misdirect and then a surprise punchline, basically all the time.
Yep. And the punchline is a silly death, which you're I shouldn't be laughing at this, but
Tell you what, Joel, make that your class. Just show these movies to learn how to structure a joke. That's it.
Dude, a Final Destination that takes place at Mark Ridley's. That'd be incredible.
All these open micers.
But no, so wait, what happens for the acupuncture death?
So he's getting acupuncture, and when he walks in, it's like this Asian acupuncture It's like an Asian spot. He thinks he's gonna
I don't know
get
if
a
I'd
happy
trust
ending.
an acupuncture place if a guy named Bradley walked out like, "Hey, what's up, dude?"
Yeah, no, you need a Chinese lady. I get it. And so he's walking in the back, and he's and there's like a Buddha there at the beginning that they established, and he's like, Buddha, eating too many rice cakes, and then he's getting acupuncture, and then the person like steps out of the room. And then there's like a fire that starts. I forget how the fire starts in the room. And he's like, and the table gets like wobbly, and he tries to get off, and then he falls on his front. And you think he's dead, but he's not dead. So he gets up and he's like pulling the needles out, and then the fire like builds up and it explodes and it tosses him at the wall. And then he thinks the fire's crawling towards him, but then it starts dying, and he starts laughing, and he's like, you didn't get me. And then the statue of the Buddha just falls off of the thing and crushes his head.
That's awesome.
It's the perfect, like,
Yeah.
all this stuff is tangentially related to what actually kills him.
Yeah.
Great.
Which one? Okay, which
Sorry,
one's the one that at the very end has the grill explode and kill the
Two.
kid?
Yeah.
At the end of 2.
Explodes.
That's probably
and then
my
his
favorite
arm
one.
lands in front of his mom.
Yeah.
Like on the picnic table.
Yeah, I think 2 might be my favorite one.
Yeah, that is a really good one. They're all good except 4. That's my.
Is 4 before even does 4 have the jock?
Racetrack.
Okay, but does that have the jock who's like working out in the football?
No, that's
like,
3.
That's 3. Damn it,
like,
that's a good one.
"Oh!"
Yeah. Damn.
That's my boy.
Maybe on a special maybe special Patreon episode, we can do a Final Destination. We'll watch them all and then do the top 10 deaths.
Yeah, no, I'd be up for that. I just rewatched all the movies, and I would do it again tomorrow. They're like,
they're fucking awesome.
They're effortlessly entertaining. The there's this bit I really like in the
also
first
time capsules because they like started in the late late 90s or early 2000s.
2000. The first one was pre 9/11, so I think it was literally 2000 was the first one.
Yeah.
And so this movie that just came out is the first one in 14 years because 5 came out 14 years ago.
Damn, dude.
And the people wanted it. It was like everybody just collectively, we got sick of them. We had all of the Marvel stuff come and go since Final Destination 5, and now we're like hungry for that type of thing again.
Bring it on back, dude. I want the popcorn, just just the bullshit fun movies again, dude.
Yeah, and they're not dumb too. Like I was watching interviews with the directors, and they're like really smart guys who are like very technical and think a lot about how they were going to pull off every death scene. It's like it's so cool to like see a smart adult guy, and like that's why like when I was a kid, I'd look at that and be like, that can be your job. Like,
yeah,
that
man.
can be your adult job is pretending to kill people for the bit.
Well. Hey man, we could join up still, and we could actually kill people as a real job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or best of both worlds,
pod.
you could be Alec Baldwin. Where
there was a guy who it was my old roommate's dad. He's like a big conservative guy, and the conservatives hate Alec Baldwin. I guess because he played Trump on SNL. I think
really.
I don't know. Yeah, they're really after Baldwin. I think he's like a Democrat. but I don't know why he's one of their guys. But he was like when Alec Baldwin, when he shot that lady. This my old roommate's dad was theorizing that Baldwin did it on purpose because he wanted to see what it was like to kill somebody, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, he uses a stunt double.
Yeah,
like he won't even get on a horse himself. You think he'd kill a lady? I don't know. Maybe.
No, I think have we talked? My theory is some dumb drunk Hollywood types were fucking around with the gun, shooting it.
That was
left
confirmed.
a bullet.
They were shooting cans in between takes.
Yeah. Okay. So I was like, okay, so that's exactly it. And then Alec Baldwin was probably like kind of a doofus. And then has no actual. So I imagined he was probably just like playing around, clicking the trigger, and then just pulled the trigger.
Yeah, hot take. I don't think Alec Baldwin goes to the range a lot.
No,
I don't think he He's had the proper gun safety training.
No, probably not.
That was the best. That was the coolest answer I saw because people were talking about it, and some people were like, "Yeah, you should be more safe," and some people were like, "Oh, well, it's not his fault. I feel bad for him," or whatever. And then Nicolas Cage that year, they asked Nick Cage what he thought about that, and he went, "Listen, if you're a movie star, there's a couple of things you got to know how to do. You got to get on a horse. You got to find the camera lens. He's like, you got to have muscles. You got to know how to use a gun." and it was just like he listed like using a gun is just like one of the things every actor should know how to do, and it ruled. Like when he said that, I was like, yeah, no, you're right, Nick.
Well, yeah. Definitely if you're going to be in a movie where you're handling a real gun. Yeah.
When you're in a cowboy movie, when you're dude, we missed that in theaters. It came and went in theaters.
I know. We were planning on seeing it, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm shocked it came out. And in theaters too is kind of insane. Like I don't know if maybe they had already signed the deal to release it in theaters because like I don't know why because they didn't put out any advertising.
Dude, part of the reason I didn't see it is like, whole time I'd be watching it, I'd be like, somebody died, like very close to the camera lens. So my whole time I'd be like, it's just right here,
Yeah, what if the movie was in 3D?
Yeah, it's just be like, oh no, because she was literally standing in front of the camera lens.
Behind the camera lens, yeah.
Oh, okay, behind the lens.
Alec Baldwin was in front of the camera lens.
I thought he was just fucking around, though. I thought she was like fixing something on the camera, and he was like, let me.
I think they were setting up between takes.
I
think he was practicing drawing it, I think. But I don't know. I mean, can you watch The Crow? Like a guy died on that.
Yeah, but I don't know. That one sucks. But that was a blank that went wrong, right?
It was so it wasn't a blank because what they do is when the camera is shooting the gun from like the front, if it's a revolver, they have actual rounds in there, but they I don't know what it is exactly, but they like take out whatever like I think they take out the primer.
Quarter load?
So it doesn't actually like it discharges, but it doesn't go down the barrel. So you can
that would be like a quarter load then.
Right. So what had happened is on a previous take, the bullet did discharge and it went partway down the barrel, so it was lodged in there from a previous take.
Okay.
So when he fired it, it went like it was lodged in and it came out.
So it was a blank that then pushed the rest of it out.
Although not a blank technically, it was like a real bullet. That, I think it was a blank pushed a real bullet out. So that's what happened. I'm an expert on movie deaths, dude. Real ones and fake ones.
And then way back on CRF, you were also a connoisseur of actors who have done porn before.
Yeah, I know a couple of those.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the mascot of our show, Sonny Lanham, is one of those guys.
Sonny was one of them.
I did want to say before we move off of it, in terms of like real life death, the new Final Destination movie, it's the last movie for Tony Todd. Like he's so he was Candyman, and he's the guy in the Final Destination movies who's always like warning them, or giving them advice. And so this is his last movie because he filmed it before he died back in like November. And when he shows up in it, he looks old and frail and weak. He looks because he was he had some kind of cancer, stomach cancer, I think, and you could tell filming it, they knew it was going to be like his last movie, like the way that the scene plays out, it like has that weight to it. And then, but it's so funny because you're watching this movie where every time somebody dies, the audience is like cheering and hooting and hollering. And then at the end of the movie, after the credits, it says, "In loving memory of Tony Todd," and everyone was like, "Aw," because you just get reminded that people actually die in real life, and that's sad.
Yeah,
but we're like, just that immediate switch from us going, yeah, like every time somebody just like got crushed by like a piano.
Yeah.
And then we're like
steamrolled over and smashed. Yeah,
and they're all like children. Like a child gets crushed by a piano, and everyone thought it was funny. Yeah. And then we think about this guy who lived a nice long life and then died of cancer, and we're like, oh.
Hey man, that's they never have a Final Destination at the nursing home. where it's just 7 people who pass in the middle of the night. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty chill movie.
Yeah. I've always wanted to see a Final Destination death where a guy just kills another guy.
Yeah.
Like you just get shot by a robber.
I'm trying to think if there's one that's close to it, but
there's in the 5th one they established that you can one way you can cheat death is if you kill somebody who was supposed to live, you can win their years, like however much time they had left. And so there's like a guy trying to kill the main guy's girlfriend so he can get her years. That is a great joke in it too, where one guy ends up killing another guy by accident. And then he finds out that he got that guy's years, right? So he's like, oh, I'm fine. And then at the end of the movie, he's at the funeral, and they're like, I guess it's for the best. He had pretty bad cancer. He was going to go out any day now. And he's like, any day now? And then he gets, like, crushed.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
It's a good bit.
I was like, that lends itself to a pretty good bit there. Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah.
I just want to be in a Final Destination where you and I are driving in the Subaru, cackling about something, and we just run somebody over. We're like, maybe we were the Final Destination for them. Quick, get in the car.
That's what I think every time I accidentally kill somebody. Dude. I'm like, maybe I was it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just death's vessel.
I think about that every time I do something accidentally kind of shitty to somebody. I'm like, I'm just being an instrument of karma.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I wasn't being a dickhead there. I was being used by the force of karma to post negative will on somebody who deserved it.
That guy actually deserved it. I don't know why, but he must have.
Yep. Every single time.
Because I ran him over with my car twice. So
exactly.
He definitely must have deserved it.
Look at us go, baby.
Running. Hey, if your feet get run over by a car, are they just gonna like pancake? Like just get like completely squashed?
You know, I think it would probably break a lot of bones in your foot, yeah. It depends. Like, if it was a Mack truck, yeah, your foot's probably gone.
Splat, yeah.
But, you know, if it was a Ford Focus, you might even walk away from that one.
Because I'll see movies when, like, they'll, like, do a joke in a comedy where somebody's, like, speeding away while a guy's, like, at his window, and then they'll run over his feet, and there'll be, like, the comical, like, double take, like, whoa! Because they ran over his feet. And every time I saw that, I'd be like, is that guy done with feet forever? Like,
maybe. I don't know.
Are those feet just completely annihilated?
Thinking we're going to have to get an EMT on the pod to answer that question.
Yeah.
Hey, how many run-over people do you guys deal with? And of that, the subsect, just the feet. Just the feet.
How many were the victim of car-related hijinks where just their feet were run over?
I don't know, man.
It was a little funny.
There has to be a weird... I feel like a foot fetish person could probably put us in the right direction on this answer.
Quentin, come on the pod.
Oh, I was like, I thought you said Clinton. I was like, no. Clinton's into feet? Like,
wait, hang on. I'll get a foot guy on. He's right here. What's up?
Oh, shit, dude.
No, I'm kidding.
Shit,
I'm
dude.
joking. It's a callback.
Be crazy if you were a feet and boobs, dude. You'd be knees. Yeah, man, you'd be knees to ears missionary would be your go-to style then. Just get everything in the field of view.
Yeah. Chest, knees, and toes, dude.
It's
Head, chest, knees, and toes.
It was
head, tits, knees, and toes. What? Sorry, go ahead.
What? Give me some head tits. Hello.
Oh, zing.
No.
You had something?
No, I got absolutely nothing. I was just talking about being a butt dude again, you know?
Yeah, no. And I think that's cool. I respect that that's what you are. Have we talked about the way that people have politically, like, broken up what a butt dude and a boob dude are? That, like, boob dudes are Republicans and butt dudes are Democrats. Have you heard that?
Yeah. I want to say, like, No, but yes. Yeah, that or I feel like I've said that before. I don't know, but go on. I'm willing to hear the argument.
So
I'm
what
having
I've heard-
wild boob. I mean, deja vu or deja boob.
Hell yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we saw. Hey, if nobody knows what this last 7 days was like. I'm like, the fact that we're getting one going, baby.
Yeah. If you thought the last episode was a bad one,
Boy, howdy.
yeah. But hey, once Lou's all healthy again,
right.
once that shit's out of his system, I hope I didn't secure. I just said that, and then next week I'm just gonna have a different co-host.
Yeah, well, we'll see, dog.
In loving memory of Louis Michael.
I'm at my final destination.
The idea is that so back to boobs.
Boobs and butts, yeah. Our bread and butter.
Like,
our B&B.
As a boob dude, I know I'm not a Republican, so I know this isn't universally true. But the idea is that
this time, grasshopper.
Yeah, I might grow into it, you know.
Yeah.
like a righteous rack might.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're just a teenage boob guy right now, but
yeah,
you'll really develop into a pear.
what
You've grown into your republicanism.
Yeah, if you're a young boob guy, you have no heart. If you're an old ass guy, you have no brain. You ever heard that one?
No.
It's not true.
I mean, fear the old man in a young man's fucking zone. No, he's survived long enough to fuck that long.
I was gonna say the idea of the politics of it is rooted in the idea that tits are like kind of out of a woman's control. Like I mean, to some extent they're in her control, right? But generally speaking, if you have big boobs or small boobs, that's like a natural thing. Whereas a woman works on her ass, right? Like that's a direct result of.
But what about boob jobs?
Yeah, well, that's not those. Don't
also,
count.
No, some people are born with righteous dumpies.
Yes, but Louis, you're focusing on the outlier. Jesus Christ, you're focusing on the outliers here. The idea is, generally speaking, more often than not, a woman's ass can be improved by hard work, by working out, right? That's the same for a man, right?
It kind of sounds like a Republican idea, you know?
Nobody says I'm working on my boobs.
You got to pull your cheeks up by your bootstraps, you know?
No. So here's the idea.
Hard work,
I
knuckle down.
What you're saying, but they're saying that that if you're a butt guy, it means everybody has the potential, right? It's like saying like you like this thing that they chose, that they picked. Whereas being a tits guy, you only like people based on how they're born. So that basically being a tits guy is like being racist, right? Because you only like people for the natural way they were born or not.
Got it. Right.
Whereas if you're it's like, being a tits guy is judging someone by the color of their skin. Being a tits or an ass guy is judging someone by the content of their character, in the words of Martin Luther King.
Well, I love people who got fucking rad character.
She had some character.
Yeah, some character that could slap away on me. Absolutely. Yeah. I love when, dude. I love
when that character bounces on.
Yo, when a character can clap, oh boy, I love me a clapping character, dude.
Yeah. Well, I like sticking my face between color and skin and going. So.
Gross, dude.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's a fair argument,
dude. I don't care about anything. Who cares?
You a motorboater?
Not really. No, not actually.
A motorboater Trump supporter?
Motorboating is so funny. Like you can't.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nobody sexually like motorboats for real.
No, that's like a party move.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like a silly at a party.
Yeah. You know, back when partying was cool.
Right.
Back when you could. That's probably why it's a Republican thing. Because they're just like, boobs. Back when you could harass.
Yeah. That's why it's like a popular Republican shirt to buy. The one that says like I like beer, boobs, and guns or something. That's a popular one. I think it's like that specific like a hillbilly Republican, not like a upper middle class Republican.
Sure, yeah, I got you. I will say, I do know that like Sydney Sweeney's boobs somehow, like Republican culture was like, those are ours now.
Yeah,
boobs are cool again because
I don't like that. You don't get them. You don't get to have Sydney Sweeney's boobs. Republicans.
Is she dating a super old guy?
They're for everybody.
Have you seen those rumors?
They're not dating. I don't think it's technically. It's like her old co-star, the Glenn Powell from Top
it's
Gun
Glenn
Maverick.
Powell.
Yeah, there's. Like,
all right.
She just like broke up with her fiance. I'm keeping close watch.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Dude, if we take off before Sydney gets locked down again.
Yeah. Oof.
That's the
I'm rooting for you, buddy.
We got to get famous real fast.
Yeah.
Quick.
We got to work.
At least I know the process. I know I don't have a shot with her right now, but if we get famous really fast, I might be able to have sex with Sydney Sweeney.
Well, you might be able to marry her, but that'd be a nightmare for you, I think.
Yeah, why? Because everyone's lusting after the love of my life.
I don't know about that, but yeah. I mean, a good amount of dudes.
Sure. That's
you
fair.
know.
That's fair. Oh, no. Yeah, this is me if I get married to Sydney Sweeney. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my life sucks. What am I going to do?
I don't know, but then you'd also have to deal with, like, probably being Eskimo Bros with Glenn Powell.
Dude, I'll high-five Glenn.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't know. Hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Lou.
Okay.
I'm not too worried about it right now, but
yeah.
We'll see.
I'm here for it. I mean, episodes like this aren't going to get us there, but, you know. Hey, that's on me, dog.
Yeah.
I'm trying to mine together, like, interesting things to talk about for the week.
Yeah.
Like as a weekly update, but I can't be like, so did anybody else lose 5 pounds of water in a night?
Should we throw out there, rest in peace, Joe Biden?
Did he die already?
Not yet, but when this comes out, he might have. So
really?
I thought
shit! Is it that close?
It looks pretty bad.
Okay,
he might be fine.
I don't know.
He might be okay.
Here's the thing about Joe, man. Like, even through his whole time where it was like, oh, he's not there. I've always kind of liked Joe Biden. Like, yeah, man. I still remember, like, he and I probably enthusiastically both celebrated as hard as each other when Bin Laden was killed. Like, we fucking got him.
Yeah,
like,
that was.
And I'm
cool.
like, yeah, and then like how he genuinely talked about, you know, what it was like losing Bo. Yeah, I don't know. I think Joe Biden, not the politician, was probably actually a pretty good dude.
Yeah, seemed like a good dad. All that stuff. As a politician, I hate him.
Yeah.
As a politician, I like, it's tricky, right? Because, like, you can be a good dad and also have the blood of thousands of Palestinians on your hands, right? So it's like...
I think, I forget who brought this up, but essentially, since, like, probably the 1890s, anybody who becomes the United States president is just going to have tons of innocent people's deaths on their hands.
Right. But obviously this is a recency bias thing in my brain, and I saw it
right.
happen.
Right.
But also I don't like what Joe Biden, like, stands for. Like, Joe Biden, the whole reason he became president is they forced him into the race so that Bernie Sanders wouldn't win, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I remember watching all those debates just hoping he'd die on stage, you know?
Yeah.
And then now that he's actually dying, I'm like, it's sad to watch, you know?
Yeah. Well,
it's just one of those things. It's like I can hate a guy, but I'm not fucked up enough to enjoy watching this happen to anybody.
Sure. I'll break the glass. Moment of sincerity. If President Joe Biden has passed away, R.I.P. buddy. R.I.P. Joe.
But if Joe Biden has not passed away yet, then
feel better, nerd.
Dork.
This one's for you. Do you have any butt plugs? We're coming up. Hey, we really drew this hour out, didn't we? Huh?
Yeah. Hey, that felt like nothing. let's see. Oh yeah, so this comes out Thursday. Friday, Saturday night, I'll be in Columbus, Ohio. Friday night, I'm at the Attic Comedy Club at 9 p.m. Saturday night, I'm at Hashtag Comedy for the special AAPI show, the All Asian Showcase. I'm also going to be doing an on-stage interview with a guest chef as well. So
that's cool.
That'll be fun. I get paid for both of them, I guess. And then
that's
next
super cool.
I'll just say next week, Thursday, I have 2 shows. I have both in the Detroit area. So I will say the first one's going to be in Ferndale. Here we go. Yeah, so the first one's going to be in Ferndale at Urban Rest Brewing. And then I'm going to be on the WDET What's So Funny About Detroit show, both in the same night. So come to one of those if you want.
Red.
Yeah.
All right. Thursday, this comes out. I'm at the House of Blues in Chicago. That'll be fun. Friday, I'm at the C900 Presents Stand-Up Comedy Showcase, which is at a house. So you just have to look up C900 Presents Stand-Up Comedy Showcase. Kind of like an old-school salsa parlor thing in Chicago. Saturday night, I'm at the Lincoln Lodge. And Sunday night, I am at Zany's Rosemont doing the Roast Battle series, which is like associated with the National Roast Battle, taking on Iron Mike Bustler. So,
hell yeah,
yeah, that'll be a fun one. That'll do it for this week. So,
all right. I have one. I have one dummy gunner question.
Oh wait, hang on, then save it.
All right.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
All right. This might be a quick answer.
Dummy gunner question.
Ian asks, either of you watched the Fallout TV show? Season 2 finished filming and it comes out this December. No.
Oh, yeah, I did, dude. Fallout,
okay.
It absolutely rules. I am so excited for that show. Yeah, dude. Even if you don't know the video game at all, I think you would like that show. The characters are incredible. If you like just sci-fi and post-apocalyptic stuff in general as a setting, it's very good. And then it also has tons of hilarious character actors and supporting actors.
I know Goggins is in it.
Yeah.
Tom McLaughlin is in it.
Yep. So no, the cast is incredible. The jokes are very good. No, overall, the season 1, it's also one of the only like video game adaptations that's faithful almost entirely to the source material.
Okay.
While still doing its own storyline, but it's like there's no bullshit. They didn't kind of ruin anything to make it. So no, I'm very excited for season 2. Also, it's only as an extra, but do you remember that Bailey? There's a comic we know. Her name's Bailey. I can't remember her last name.
Pope?
Bailey Pope. Yeah, she has a very quick screen appearance in the first episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's very recognizable, too.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, but I remember when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, that's Bailey Pope. So, yeah, man. I am very excited about that show. I hope it has a couple of, hey, speaking of making it, I hope it has enough seasons that by season 4 or 5, old Lou Michael could make an appearance.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Let's ballpark that.
Because I was thinking you and I seasons. I'm thinking if they make it seasons 5 and 6 and tires, you and I being the new guys in back.
Yeah, we get like a 2 lines per episode.
Absolutely, goddamn lootly, yeah.
Yeah, but we'd be like hanging out on set the whole time, like, "What's up, Shane?" Just trying to be part of it.
Maybe it's just because of the. Fuck it. There's not enough time.
You want to save it for the Patreon?
Yeah, we'll save it for the Patreon.
Sincere thing you're about to say?
Yeah, I was like, let's leave it on a cliffhanger. You want to know what I was about to say about Shane Gillis we'll see you on the Patreon.
See you on
Otherwise,
the Patreon,
everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for making it to the end of this one, guys. Really
Brasting off again.
Brast off.
Brast off. Yeah, good God. We did it.
I'm going to run and pee real quick, okay?
All right.
Is that all right? All right.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
That is a spicy podcast.
Bunch of slap-jawed
Chinese
rocket.